Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here for a brand new video for a first look at F1 24, but it's actually F1 23 with mods. So we've got updated curbs, we've got updated not driver boards, sponsor boards, as you can see on the side. We are in the 2024 Mercedes livery. We've got only 2024 liveries on the grid here today, and we're going to do a last question mark challenge as Lewis Hamilton here at the Bahrain Grand Prix in a 25% race, aka 14 laps of the Sakir International Circuit. Now our strategy is going to be a medium soft, and we're going to have 1 lap of extra fuel. So I think without further ado, let's head into the race here under the floodlights at Sakir. As we're gonna try and get a good start here. We got 5 red lights and we are underway for round 1 of the season as we try and get a good start. Few people got off to a bad start. Should be able to jump Logan Sargent as we look to the inside here of many cars. You can see all the new liveries as we're alongside. That is Daniel Ricciardo in the V car. We're actually 3 wide and we make that move stick, and we've got a new curve there, as you can see. Sponsor boards updated a bit as well, but that is us already up into P13 as we have a look around the outside. Daniel Ricciardo's teammate Yuki Tsunoda, and looks like we might just about make that move work as well, as we get very close there to the back of Sainz. Gonna go up the inside of a bunch more drivers, and that is us already up into P10. And I must say I really like these updated curbs. Looks a lot better as we might go down the inside of, that is Lando Norris in the McLaren at turn 10. We make that move stick as well. This is 110 AI, by the way, I forgot to mention it. You can see we've got quite bad straight line speed due to our high wing setup, but it just gives us so much more grip in the corners, although that was probably not very good. Having a look around the outside then of Fernando Alonso. Looks like we might pull an Alonso move on Alonso here as we go down up the inside into turn 10, and that is a clean move on the Spanish driver, and that is us up into P8. Next up we've got Alex Albon ahead. Here we are then very close on the back of Albon. Can we make a move? Not gonna send it into turn 10. Don't have the confidence to do that from that far back. Gonna try and use Bachi, but you can see on the straight we're pretty much just a sitting duck. So we're gonna have to try and make something work in the corners. Well, we have a lot more downforce, although that's not ideally how we want to use it. Guess we'll have to wait another lap. I might just drain my battery into turn 1 if I get a nice run through this last corner. I get right to the back of Albon. I think I might use some battery and go for a massive send. I've noticed I gain plenty of time braking due to my higher wings. We don't have much battery. I think we're going to commit to this. We're going to go for a nice send up the inside of Alex Albon into turn 1, and that is a beautiful move to promote us up into P7 in this race. On the exit of turn 10 then we are very close to the back of Sainz. Can make that work. Try and block off Albon. Sainz goes, Leclerc goes defensive. We're gonna use that to swoop right around the outside of the Monegasque driver, and we make that move stick up into P6. Although I doubt we are able to hold this position, as we will not have DRS on the upcoming straight. I think even Albon, and I think Alonso's with us as well. Yeah, they can all get past, although Leclerc already gets past into the last corner. I don't think I'll get DRS. It will be very costly. I do actually, okay. So then I maybe, you can see, is pulling away as Albon absolutely flies past us. That is insane straight line speed. Gonna try and send it around the outside of both drivers as we make it 3 wide. I have a massive moment there, but we get to the apex of turn 2 first. Bit more drifting, and we get that move done. That is us up into P6 here on lap 5 of this race. So here we go then. End of lap number 6. We have got within DRS range of Pierre Gasly, but you can see on the minimap one of the Red Bulls, presumably that is Max Verstappen, has gapped us or has got the train by quite a bit, so it will be difficult to catch him, but at least P2 we can fight for. As I am unsure how his Sauber is, what is that, in P4? Or maybe, yeah, actually it's P3. So yeah, unsure how that happened, as we had a massive snap there. Don't know if that's tire temps. Pit this lap and hope the softs are better. We get a decent pit entry. We need a good pit stop from the Mercedes crew here, and ideally we can undercut on these softs. And it's a 2.4 second pit stop. We get held massively, which is really not what we need. That is not good. Luckily we don't get jumped, but we got held massively there. I think similar for the Red Bull in front of us. As we get to grips on the cold soft tires. Ideally we close up the DRS range of Sergio Perez, who of course was in P2, so that would be very, very cool. Although, as I've said, we have been held. Although Max might be held too, since he's got a decent gap in front of him, and he's at the start of the pit lane, so we might still be in for this win, as I'm trying to push to close up to Sergio Perez. We are quite close though. Out of the pit lane comes Verstappen. He is still a decent bit ahead. Let's see who we're gonna undercut. It's gonna be close with a Sauber here. As on hard, that is very, very interesting. We undercut him. Gonna try and get Gasly here, although we don't have the battery. Doesn't mean we can't send it around the outside of the Alpine though. He's on cold tires, we're on fresh tires. We're gonna be side by side heading into the middle sector, although we swoop around the outside, making use of our softs, getting that move done, putting ourselves up into P4. And looks like Max has not been held, so he's been very lucky with that pit stop phase then to almost guarantee him the win in this race. Probably extended the gap as well, it's crazy. So looks like we have to focus on beating our teammate George Russell and Sergio Perez. New fastest lap of the race for us. Our straight line speed is lacking. Fernando takes our fastest lap away, so fair play to him. As he actually rear ends Perez there. Big rear lock, and just having so much more wing, being able to brake so much later caught me out there. Might be able to get a move on Perez here. As we've got a yellow flag behind, that is Pierre Gasly out of this race. Alpine running in a quite good position. They'd wish they'd be this good in real life. Unfortunately they're not, as the car just has not been what they had hoped for. But we are getting close to Perez here. Maybe we can go for a move in turn 1. It looks like it's not a car a reliability issue. It's more a driver issue that he spun, or maybe went wide, as Max Verstappen puts down a new benchmark. And you can see Perez is just so clear. Can't do much on the straight. Have to make something work with our wings. As we're practically pushing Perez through. I might try and go for a move this lap. He does go defensive. I'm gonna go to the outside, see if I can make a move. Can't make a move. Can we go for a switchback? We can, as Perez actually has a bit of a moment, and we get past him. So it's a 2-3-4 Mercedes here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We started last in this race. We've got about 4.5 laps to go. I doubt we can catch Max, but we'll obviously try our best. Looks like we've got Perez as well, which is interesting. Here we go then. We might go for a move on Russell here. We are gaining for once. I think we can go for this. We go for this. Up the inside, you have a massive rear lock. Somehow we get the car stopped. We get DRS on the exit as well for good measure. That wasn't even really that necessary, but we make the move stick anyways. Now we probably are able to drop Rosso through this middle sector. Although we have a big moment there. That is not going to help us. Looks like he will be sticking with us. Here we go then. Onto lap number 12, Rosso absolutely flies past us. As you get to see the beautiful Mercedes livery. Not only from our own board, but flying past us as well. As we have a massive snap there. Here we go then, onto the penultimate lap of the race. Will we go for a move on Rosso here? Can we force him to go defensive? We can. We're going to have a look around the outside. We can make it work. We're going to try and cut in and get the better exit over our teammate here. We're right on his rear end. He's going to go defensive. We're going to force him to go as defensive as we dare. We're going to try and swing it around the outside of turn 4. Can we make it work? So you go side by side, we get the exit, and that is us up into second position here in this race to actually bottom out on that curb. The question is, do we even want to lead? Because with the DRS, Russell will fly past us, so ideally probably we shouldn't even have gone for that move, which is a bit stupid by me, though he might just close up as we have another huge slide that compromises our exit. And here comes George Russell, he's straight back past us in the W15 as we fight it out here with our teammate for the second highest podium spot. As you can see, Perez gains a massive amount of time. He might actually close up within DRS range considering the amount of time I will lose on the upcoming straight, which is interesting. Zhou Guanyu very close to the back of that Red Bull. Looks like he's been able to switch on the hard tires then as we round the final corner for the penultimate time in this race. We try and get a good exit here as Zhou is already challenging Perez, but we have to try and get past our teammate onto the last lap of the race. Then can we force Russell to go defensive? We can. We're gonna switch back to the outside. We're gonna go quite deep. Can we get the exit? We can. We're gonna have to leave him space. Russell gets the better exit and we are right on the back of him as gonna go to the outside yet again. He goes very defensive. I'm gonna brake early. I'm gonna turn in. We try and go for a switchback, although it's not worked out. Russell's parked it on the apex, and now it's gonna be difficult for us to get past as we're practically pushing Russell through these corners. We're gonna have to go for a big lunge. I commit to it down the inside. I lock my front tires. We almost bang wheels as I try and get a better exit, although Russell gets the traction and the drive, which means we're gonna have to pull an Alonso on him, learning from last year. As we go up the inside, we get the DRS as now Zhou Guanyu even gets into the action as he might go straight but past both of us. I won't go defensive, I go a bit deep as Zhou Guanyu gets past George Russell. Can he get past us as well is the question. He's switched on those hard tires in the past few laps as the softs we should drop off, and now we're gonna have to use all of our battery here, try and break DRS, and looks like Zhou Guanyu is gonna send it up the inside. Is he? We're gonna try and hold it around the outside. Can we get the exit up to the line? We don't have DRS. Max Verstappen wins the race, and what a final lap that was. But we're gonna take P2 with Lewis Hamilton here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So that was it then with the 2024 Bahrain Grand Prix. Max Verstappen winning with quite a gap, as it will probably be in real life. Hamilton finishing in P2, but the interesting thing is Zhou Guanyu in P3. I think that is very interesting, and I guess we'll see if there's any chance of replicating it. I doubt it, but yeah, that was your preview of what F1 24 could be here today. So that was it with this video for today. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care and goodbye.